close SportsPulse, this will likely go down as the worst officiated championship weekend ever, but if you were a fan of chaos and pure insane entertainment, it was incredible. Trysta Krick breaks down how the Patriots and Rams punched their ticket to the Super Bowl. You say today missed calls can be an occasional byproduct of the NFL's officiating system, but rarely is a decision as significant or game-changing as the one the officials stumbled on late in Sunday's NFC Championship game. With that in mind, here's a look at some of the most controversial calls of the season, highlighted by a pair in the game that sent the Los Angeles Rams to the Super Bowl. NFC Championship game, Rams 26, Saints 23. Missed defensive pass interference. The moment drawing the most attention from Sunday's game is the missed defensive pass interference call on Rams cornerback nickel Roby Coleman. On a 3rd and 10 with 1:49 left in the game, Roby Coleman initiated contact with Saints receiver Tommy Lee Lewis before the ball arrived. The play also could have been called as a helmet-to-helmet hit against a defenseless receiver. Minutes after the game, Saints coach Sean Payton said the NFL league office called him to admit the mistake. It would have given New Orleans a new set of downs and plenty of time to burn clock, with the Rams only having one timeout remaining, and potentially kick a short game-winning field goal. Instead, New Orleans kicked a field goal to take a lead, but LA had enough time to march down the field and tie the game with their own field goal. Los Angeles Rams defensive back nickel Roby Coleman, 23, breaks up a pass intended or New Orleans Saints wide receiver Tommy Lee Lewis, 11, during the fourth quarter of the NFC Championship game at Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Photo, Chuck Cook, USA Today Sports. Missed face mask in the drive prior to the Roby Coleman no-call. Officials also missed a face mask call against the Saints on a 2nd and 5 with 6:49 left in the game when Rams quarterback Jared Goff scrambled outside the pocket and was tackled by Alex Okafor. The penalty would have given Los Angeles a first down and a chance to milk some more time off the clock. Given the field position, the Rams could have scored a touchdown that would have given them a 4-point lead, which would have changed the dynamic of the following drive. AFC Championship game, Patriots 37, Chiefs 31. Enforced roughing the passer call. Chiefs defensive end Chris Jones barely grazed Patriots quarterback Tom Brady when trying to swipe at him, but officials called the roughing the passer on a play that resulted in an incomplete pass that would have brought up a 3rd and 7. Kansas City held a 4-point lead with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter at the time of the flag. The Patriots scored a touchdown 9 plays later and went on to win in overtime. Week 16, Saints 31, Steelers 28. 2 defensive pass interference calls. Both of the penalties in question came against cornerback Joe Hayden on 4th downs and proved to be crucial calls. The first came in the first quarter with 3:10 left in the period, when Drew Brees fired a pass deep down the field to Saints running back Alvin Kamara, who was in the end zone. Kamara jumped up and sold the contact, as Hayden placed his hands on Kamara's back but didn't appear to push him very much at all. The penalty resulted in a 33-yard gain for New Orleans, which scored on the next play from 1 yard out to take a 7-3 lead. The other call against Hayden was in the fourth quarter on a 4th and 2 with 2 minutes left. Going against receiver Michael Thomas, Hayden appeared to make minimal contact, but the ball appeared to be tipped near the line of scrimmage, which should have negated any pass interference call. Making matters worse, 5 plays later, Thomas appeared to slightly push off on Hayden for the game-winning touchdown grab. Pittsburgh ended up missing the playoffs after not getting the help it needed to sneak into the postseason in the final week. Week 14, Cowboys 29, Eagles 23. No clear fumble recovery won the opening kickoff of a pivotal NFC East matchup. The Eagles appeared to have a key takeaway when safety Malcolm Jenkins jarred the ball loose from Jordan Lewis' hands during the return. Video seemed to show that a swarm of Eagles fell on the ball, with linebacker Camu Grugier-Hill the one to emerge from the pile with the ball. Officials ruled that Lewis was down by contact, but a review resulted in officials saying there was a fumble, but no clear recovery by the Eagles. The Cowboys punted after a 3-and-out, but the Eagles could have started off on a better note. Week 13, Chargers 33, Steelers 30 missed false start. Officials didn't catch a false start against Los Angeles right tackle Sam Tevi, who jumped early late in the first quarter. On that play, quarterback Phillip Rivers found receiver Travis Benjamin, who streaked away with a 46-yard touchdown. Pittsburgh squandered a 16-point second-half lead, but the miss still loomed large. Week 13, Cowboys 13, Saints 10. No call on helmet-to-helmet hit in Dallas. Close victory. A 3rd and 17 dump-off to Kamara with 9:59 to play resulted in an 8-yard gain. But even though replays showed Cowboys linebacker Jalen Smith levied a helmet-to-helmet hit on Kamara, officials didn't throw a flag despite ordering the all-purpose threat to be checked for a concussion. The flag would have put New Orleans, which was down just 3 points, close to field goal range with a fresh set of downs. Week 6, Chargers 38, Browns 14 missed false start in a 29-yard touchdown pass from Rivers to receiver Tyrell Williams in the second quarter. It was clear that Los Angeles left tackle Russell Okung had moved early into his pass protection. Down judge Hugo Cruz was subsequently fired, becoming the first official of the Super Bowl era to be dismissed in the middle of the season. Week 4, Raiders 45, Browns 42. Overturned spot with Cleveland holding an 8-point lead with 1:41 left in the game. Then Browns running back Carlos Hyde appeared to have a first down on a 3rd and 2 carry. Officials measured the spot and ruled that Hyde had earned the first down. But a replay review overturned the spot, even though the images appeared to show that Hyde had reached the point necessary to move the chains. The new set of downs almost certainly would have ensured Cleveland enough time to secure the victory. Instead, the Browns punted, and quarterback Derek Carr led a comeback inside the final minute, and Oakland eventually kicked the game-winning field goal in overtime. Errant whistle on the fourth quarter. Browns defensive end Myles Garrett and outside linebacker Jannard Avery shared a sack on Carr, but the ball squirted out and Cleveland had a clear recovery. The problem was that the official didn't see the fumble and blew his whistle, so the play was ruled dead and the fumble was never registered. Follow Lorenzo Reyes on Twitter @LorenzoGarayes.